So today I was thinking and want to talk about the thing that 5x'd my business when I was starting out, and it's the mindset of what's possible. Well, if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Adam Keeler. I own a small service business here in North Dallas, and over the past 5 years, I've been working on taking it from a startup all the way to $1 million a year in revenue. And the past 2 years, I've been working on getting myself to step out of the business and have my business run on its own. So all I need to do is work 4 hours a day and my business is able to thrive and run without me. And my hope is that through this YouTube channel, I'll be able to help people like you in this journey because it's not easy. There's a point where I almost sunk my business twice. And it's so frustrating trying to figure out and learn about it all on your own. And so my hope is that through this YouTube channel, I'll be able to pass on some of my experience and ideas and thoughts. And hopefully that'll be able to either spark an idea or help you take action so that you can improve your business. And if you want to work with us and do more one-on-one customizable help, then click on the link below. There's a video and another link. So in this video, I want to talk about the thing that 5x'd my business when I first started out. So the story behind it is during college, the summers of college, I would come back. I worked for a landscape lighting company, which happens to be the same industry I ended up going into. I worked for this company, and this guy had his business for like 18 years at that point. And he told me that he could never get past, it was about $350,000 a year in revenue. He just couldn't get past that. And so when I ended up getting into the lighting industry, he was the only example that I had, and my business, I literally based it off of his business. So I figured if he had been doing it for 18 years and got to $350,000 a year, then I should expect something lower, like 100,000, 150,000. I was crazy to think about doing more in revenue. I also priced my lights that I would sell much lower than what he did because, man, he's worked up to finally sell that high of a price for it. And it wasn't until I paid for this program, it was actually a lighting program with this coach that actually had a lighting business down in Dallas. So not North Dallas where I'm at, but down in Dallas. And I was in one of these group calls with him. They were talking about different wins they had for the week, what the revenue was looking like, and just different things. They were just talking back and forth. And I remember at that point, the largest job I had ever sold with landscape lighting was about $4,000. I thought that was absolutely crazy and mind-blowing. And I knew you could probably get up to about 10,000. But that was like the max. I didn't have any example of something bigger. But in this group, these people were talking about their businesses where their business is bringing in anywhere around just shy of $2 million and around $3 million a year in revenue. And it blew my mind. And then one of the guys said, oh yeah, this week we sold a $60,000 lighting job. I about fell over. And here I was, this tiny business, this little minnow in this ocean of just, I guess, whales, at least for my industry. It just felt like, holy cow, my world just flipped upside down. Like I didn't even know it was possible anymore. But the amazing thing about that experience was when I came away from that call, my paradigm had completely shifted. I was able to see what was even possible. Like I could build a business all the way to $3 million and I could sell a $60,000 job. It was absolutely mind-blowing. And right off the bat, we started selling more. And my revenue at that point, I think it was about $200,000 a year because I was working up to the $300,000. It was about $200,000. And literally within a year, year and a half, or something like that, we jumped all the way up to $1 million. And I attribute a lot of that to this mentality of what is possible, this paradigm shift. Because if I didn't know it was possible, there's no way I would have been working towards it and thinking about it and trying to make it possible. And because I wasn't trying to mirror this other business, I was trying to mirror the businesses that I just learned about. And so I was able to increase the marketing, because now I know there are people out there that actually want to buy it and buy a higher ticket. There are actually people out there that want to buy this and want to spend more money. And so I did a lot more advertising, and then we got a truck and we wrapped it. We got another truck and we wrapped it. And then I hired some more employees and I got a sales guy, and we just grew all the way up to $1 million. So it's crazy how oftentimes whatever our mindset is or our paradigm is creates the situation we're in. We can easily blame it on a lot of things, like maybe you didn't go to school, or maybe you don't know how to run a business very well, or maybe somebody's better at being an entrepreneur, or maybe your market just isn't as good, or whatever it is. It's crazy how we'll think of all these reasons of why it is, and then something as simple as a paradigm shift of knowing what is possible within a second completely changed the trajectory of my business, and then we worked towards it and made it happen. And my invitation to you is to think about where you're at in your business, what your business looks like, and either use this video as motivation to think about it differently, or find other businesses in your industry to find out what is possible, what you can actually work towards. Because the weird thing is if they can do it, then you can do it. And that's what our mind tells us. So this actually reminds me of something real quick, and then I'll end the video. So there's this guy right now, his name's Alex Hormozi. I'm not sure if you've heard about him or not. He is kind of taking over the online business space. And his story, he literally went from owning 5 gyms to now they're trying to hit $1 billion a year over the course of like 10 years. And it is mind-blowing. On one of the videos I watched that he posted, he said that he went into this room with other entrepreneurs that were doing better than him, and he was really nervous about it. And just being in that room and talking to some of the people and just hearing what some of them said, he said there was this guy that said, man, it didn't seem like there was anything special about him, but his business was like 10 times bigger than mine. And he said, then I thought to myself, if he could do it, then I can do it. And then he did it. He said he just needed that room to have that paradigm shift, to change what he believed and change the trajectory of his business so he can head in that direction and then make that a reality. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to watch any of the other videos that I have, and feel free to watch the video in the description below. There's a link there. In that video, I walk through how over the past 2 years, I've built my business to be able to run on its own. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.